Ever notice how people only value what they think they're about to lose? I'm not talking about acting distant. I'm talking about disappearing completely. No texts, no calls, no watching their stories. You remove yourself so completely that it forces one question into their mind on repeat. Wait, did I just lose them? In a world where people assume access to you is permanent, disappearing isn't dramatic, it's disruptive. And today, I'm going to break down exactly what happens psychologically when someone realizes the person they took for granted is no longer reachable. Not to play games, not to manipulate, but to understand why silence, real silence, changes everything. If you've ever been treated like an option, ignored when it mattered, or kept around for convenience, this video is for you. Stay until the end, because the final stage is the one they never recover from. The moment they realize they didn't just lose you, they lost control. Let's begin. Stage 1. Shock. At first, there's no sadness. There's confusion. They check their phone. Nothing. They send a message. No reply. They scroll. No trace of you. Their brain scrambles for explanations. They're busy. They're cooling off. They'll be back. Because up until now, you were predictable. You were consistent. You were available. You were the one who stayed. When someone is used to your silence being compliance, your absence feels unreal. This is the moment the pattern breaks, and the human mind hates broken patterns. Stage 2. The ego sting. Then it hits somewhere deeper. Not the heart, the ego. Because if you disappeared without explanation, that means something they didn't expect. You didn't ask for permission. You didn't plead for understanding. You didn't need closure from them. You decided. That feels like rejection. Not rejection because they loved you so much. Rejection because they assumed you'd tolerate more. Your silence sends a message you never had to say out loud. I saw the situation clearly. I chose myself. And that wounds pride fast. Stage 3. The void. This is where things slow down for them. Their routine feels off. Their days feel flatter. The emotional background noise you provided is suddenly gone. They didn't realize how much space you filled because you filled it quietly. You were the one who listened, the one who responded, the one who remembered. Now the absence speaks louder than you ever did. They don't just miss you. They miss the comfort of being important to someone without earning it. Stage 4. Curiosity turns obsessive. Once the void appears, curiosity takes over. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? They check social media. They scan activity timestamps. They casually ask mutual friends while pretending not to care. But you've gone dark. No updates, no clues, no access. And the mind hates missing information. So it fills the gaps. They imagine you happier, stronger, moving on without them. Whether that's true doesn't matter. What matters is they can't confirm anything. And uncertainty is torture. Stage 5. Testing the door. Eventually, they reach out. Not dramatically, not honestly. Light messages, casual check-ins. Just seeing how you're doing. This isn't always love. Often it's a test. They want to know if the door is still open, if the old dynamic still exists, if you're still available. This is where many people break silence too early. But responding here doesn't bring clarity. It gives access, and access was the problem. Stage 6. Self-reflection. If the silence holds, something uncomfortable happens. They turn inward. They replay moments they dismissed, messages they ignored, signals they minimized. Without you there to smooth things over, they have to sit with their behavior. No distraction, no reassurance, no narrative control. They don't just realize they hurt you. They realize they misjudged you. They thought you wouldn't leave. That realization stings far more than guilt. Stage 7. The performance phase. When self-reflection gets heavy, some people don't change. They perform, they post more, they appear happier, they show off how unbothered they are. This isn't growth, it's signaling. They want you to see it. They want a reaction. They want confirmation you still care. And when nothing comes back, the performance collapses. Because attention was the goal. Stage 8. The emotional crash. Eventually, distractions stop working. Friends, dating apps, busy schedules, they help during the day. But at night, the loss shows up. In the quiet, in moments of habit. When they reach for their phone without thinking. That's when it hits. They didn't just lose a person. They lost stability. They lost someone who carried emotional weight without demanding recognition. And now, they're left with themselves. Stage 9. Fear. This is the turning point, not sadness. Fear. What if they're really done? What if I push too far? What if I can't undo this? Now the messages change. Longer, more emotional, more apologetic. Promises appear. Regret surfaces. But fear doesn't mean growth. It means the loss became real. Stage 10. Your independence. This is the final stage. Not theirs, yours. Because by the time they reach fear, you've reached clarity. You're no longer silent out of restraint. You're silent because you don't need to speak. You stop negotiating for effort. You stop explaining your worth. You stop waiting. And that shift changes everything. They feel it, not because you told them, because they no longer have access to you. The real power of disappearing isn't what it does to them. It's what it does to you. You reclaim your time, your energy, your emotional center. You stop needing validation. You stop needing closure. You stop needing them to understand. And that's the moment the dynamic ends permanently. Because people can sense when they no longer matter the way they used to. They can sense when the silence isn't punishment. It's final. Walking away without noise isn't weakness. It's discipline. And once you disappear with intention, you don't come back as someone who can be taken for granted. You come back as someone who doesn't need to come back at all. Subscribe to Ascend X Awaken.